Welcome to Routezero version 2. So this is the single route feasibility tool specifically for HGVs from Dynamon, and this video is going to show you how to use it and the new features from version 2. So we've got the main Routezero screen, as you can see, and you click onto Vehicle, HGV, and then you can select from a range of OEM tractors. So I'm going to choose Mercedes, and it gives a summary of the particular vehicle, its capabilities. Then you've got a choice now of energy consumption models. Now, before we just had Dynamon energy modeling, now we've got manufacturer's efficiency and also custom efficiency as well. And the reason you might want to use custom efficiency is if you're already running electric HGV, something quite specific, you can add in your own efficiency value. I'm going to go for Dynamon energy modeling in this demo and then click on the select trailer, and we've got various trailers to choose from there. And again, we are building this out as we go on and as we develop the tool. So I've gone for single deck curtain sider, and this will take into consideration the height of the trailer and also the impacts on efficiency to make a difference on the feasibility of the route. So there we go. I've chosen my vehicle and trailer. I then click on route. Now you can load a previous route because you can also save them if you've added them in there before, and you can save locations as well. You can go into route configuration options. So if you wanted to go for single cargo, keep it simple, anything up to its max load, anything in between. You can go for detailed cargo, and I'll show you that in a second. Climate, if you wanted to go between winter and summer, and also add route charging on the way. So if you wanted to simulate a charger at any of those depots along the way to increase the feasibility, you can do that. What we've added to the software on version 2 is now we've added public chargers as well, specific HGV and ones suitable. So if you wanted to understand the feasibility and charge at public charging, this software now does that, and it will prompt you into that, which I will demonstrate. But first of all, let's add in the locations. So if I pop in, let's say Southampton here, and add in the end location, let's go for Manchester. Now, as you add stops, and you can add stops in between, you can go to the map. So any locations that you saved, you can just simply click on them and it will give us the detail, just to make it simple, just to make it easy if you don't want to write it in each time. But in this particular example, I'm going to just write in the location, which you can also do in postcodes as well. Let's go to Northampton, and let's also go to Birmingham. Make sure I go for the UK one. And also let's go to Nottingham. There we go. Nice and simple. So on any of these stops, you can put in a stop time, and you can do specific ones at each depot, or you can apply to all stops. If you do go for detailed cargo, you can drop and pick up at any of the depots and put in the amounts, and also you can drop the trailer if you wish as well. But we're going to go for simple cargo in this example, and we're going to go full cargo, full out, but you have got the option of same unload at each stop if you want to do it that way. En route charging, this is where you can go to any of the stops and you can add a charger, select a specific power, and even add in a plug-in delay as well. You can also allow the system to reroute to that location for top-up charge if you don't want to use the public charging. But I'm going to click that off for now and just keep it simple, analysing that route from Southampton to Northampton, Birmingham, Nottingham, Manchester. And what it will give us is a summary of that route, showing us the state of charge at each of the depots, how many miles have been travelled, all of the data, and it'll also give us the journey segment breakdown in the bottom right-hand corner here. And most importantly, it'll give us the graph to show us whether it's failed or not. So it managed to get to the third stop with 2% battery. Unfortunately, it failed after that. And as you can see, it's given us that summary there as well. It's quite nice because it's got a color scheme for showing you as the battery gets lower. So keeping it nice and visual. So it's suggesting a recommended stop for top up, and it's found one there, a public charger at Maritime Zero, 360 kilowatt charger, even the address. So if I click on recommended charging stop, apply the fixes. Now, if that fix doesn't work and it's a much longer route, you can do exactly the same again. So it will recommend a charging stop and you click it and it will apply again. Or you can go through to the route and add your charging stops as well if you wanted to do it manually. So there we go. That's all done. So we had 16% battery at the third stop and we charged up to 86%. It gives us the time there as well and detail in the bottom right hand corner. And we ended the route at 33%. So there we go. That has worked. You got also well-to-wheel environmental impact showing you the CO2 save versus ice and the reduction versus ice of CO2. But one thing I wanted to show you is a new feature just here on the left-hand side. You click on that. This is locations and charging points. So I've got my locations in here, which I'm going to hide. You can add locations in the top right-hand corner. You can import from a file as well after you downloaded a template. In terms of the public charges, we've added those for you. So although we are always updating this as time goes on and increasing the information in terms of times you can charge and the powers, etc. But yeah, you can choose by country, choose by built for HGV or suitable for HGV. So for example, if it is specific HGV or something that can charge multiple types of vehicle, for example, Instafault in Winchester, other CPOs are available. Then you can go into specific providers and you can narrow down the search by changing the DC max power. So let's say, for example, I wanted to minimize my downtime. I could go for 250 kilowatt and above, and it will narrow down the search. Then you click on the ones that you want specifically, or you can just choose all of them and then you import them to your locations like I've done in this particular example, which is what I did. I went for 250 and above to minimize my downtime. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Looking forward to showing you some more updates on the system soon. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.